Hi, it's Jan Chakowski for my weekly Pans and Plans. I'm in the Capitol Rotunda now with lots of visitors, and I'm standing in front of the statue of Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Susan B. Anthony, and Lucretia Mott. They are the suffragettes of the last century and the 19th century as well. None of them were able to live to see, finally, getting women the right to vote. But it was their fight that really paved the way for that to happen. You know, this statue, which I love, and I come here sometimes when it's quiet and empty to commune with these women and their strength, was in the basement of the Capitol for a long time. There were some that didn't want to bring it up, thinking it was too ugly. And then they said they thought it would be too heavy for up here, and that it's unfinished. But honestly, I see the unfinished part as representing all the rest of us, particularly, of course, the women who want and are still fighting for equality. I wanted to tell you about some of the things that happened this week. Of course, it was Veterans Day, and we passed 9 bills to help and honor our veterans. I'll tell you about 3 of them. One, protect the GI Bill Act to make sure that some of the predatory practices that are worked on that confront our veterans are fixed. We passed the protecting families of the fallen to make sure that we are properly giving options to Gold Star families for things that they need. And finally, we call it the Deborah Sampson Act. And this is to make sure that women veterans who often don't get the same or know about the same benefits that are available to them are better informed, that we deal with them in a much fairer and equitable way. Of course, it's the big week right now. It's Impeachment week once again, and there are hearings going on right now in the Congress. Marie Yovanovitch is testifying right now as we speak. She was the ambassador that was basically kicked out of Ukraine because she did not go along with the anti-corruption of the President of the United States. She was told that maybe she ought to send out some really nice tweets about the President if she wanted to keep her job. And the President has been sending out tweets today just trashing her in every way. She says that the State Department is in a state of crisis. This is a woman who has had a long career. Earlier this week, we had 2 public servants that were testifying. William Taylor, who actually replaced Yovanovitch as the ambassador to Ukraine, also had very harsh things to talk about the bribery that he saw in the president trying to get help from Ukraine in his own personal election. That is, in the Constitution, bribery as an impeachable offense. And along with Mr. Taylor, we had George Kent, who is Deputy Assistant Secretary, and he challenged the attempt to remove Yovanovitch as the ambassador to Ukraine. I think more and more information is coming out about the improper actions of the president, and I'm glad that they're able to be seen now by the entire public. We also marked up a bill called Brand USA that would put money into encouraging tourism to the United States of America. All of us were pretty shamelessly touting our own areas, and I, of course, wanted to encourage people to come to Illinois, the Chicago area. One of my pitches is, come in the summer to Chicago, swim in our lake, no sharks. I just spoke at a conference talking about fair taxation. I do have legislation that would change the tax code to not give preference to the wealthy in their tax exemptions, but to make it equal, their tax policies equal to work. That wealth should be taxed in the same way work is. And so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to have that as a serious bill that we can pass the House. along with my co-sponsor in that bill, Representative Ocasio-Cortez. So it's been a busy week, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where my handle is @Jan Schakowsky.